Hello, my name is Rex, and this is the Variety Show. Today we're going to be playing some Kaiserreich. We're playing as the United States and probably going down the American Union state. Our leader is Herbert Hoover, who was elected first in 1928, and his ideology is social liberals. Government is a social liberal government, as our, Herbert Hoover. Next elections are in November 1936, and our ruling party is the Republicans with Herbert Hoover. So this couple of paths, the democracy triumphs, the American Caesar, Pax Americana, and I'm going to read these through the temptation towards autocracy was great. America stood up through its three branches intact without giving up its executive authority. Congress is called an emergency session with the appellate courts, dealing with the mountain of paper, trying to sort out the consequences. The American Caesar. President MacArthur has proclaimed that he would not concede victory to the very partisans who caused the Civil War. His American junta promises a national restoration and adoption of the functional democracy as MacArthur sees it. Elimination of unnecessary politicians and appointment of more competent officials will bridge the gap between people and politics. Pax Americana, the great struggle of this continent is now over, and a new sense of wholeness has come. Economic cooperation and social order will now reign. Another great ambition of America is complete. The Great Depression, which gives us consumer goods 40%, construction speed minus 25%, production efficiency cap minus 70%, factory output minus 35%. Since the collapse of the New York stock market in 1925, the United States has been gripped by the Great Depression. In addition to the massive economic woes plaguing America from this never-ending crisis, the Great Depression is ending energy to both Long and Reed as they campaign against one another in the establishment. In political crisis. Daily political power plus 0.05, weekly stability minus 1%, weekly war support minus 1%. The United States is in crisis. The Great Depression, which has been ravaging our nation for over a decade, has still not let up. Popular desperation has allowed the far-left Socialist Party of America and the far-right America First Party to gain strength in recent years. Others look to MacArthur and the Army as a way to solve both the Depression and radicalization. Many worry that the United States could descend into the Civil War should our current situation not be resolved, or a radical president candidate win the upcoming 1936 elections. A brief history. The USA left their policy of isolation to intervene in the Welch Creek, but ultimately kept out of war. This led to a victory of the Central Powers. Since then, the USA has struggled economically. European trade opportunities and repayment of their loans to the Entente have been made impossible by German victory. Still internationally regarded as a nobody, she faces mounting internal dissent as the Republican Democratic hegemony is challenged by two groups, the Syndicalists and the American First Union. With the mounting crisis at home and a modest reputation overseas, things aren't looking good for the United States of America. Herbert Hoover is our leader, a former U.S. Secretary of Commerce and now the current President of the United States. Herbert Hoover solidified his position as one of the most hated men in American history. Despite making the American Depression worse during his first term, Hoover was re-elected through the House of Representatives in 1932, causing widespread outrage. It is a sad reality for President and all his attempts for restoring the economy fail. His tries to calm the situation down only make it worse, and even his own party is turning away from him. So we're going to select our country and regular game mode, and let's look at the custom game rules real quick. This is cool. It's cool. It's pretty cool. So, they had a lot of options, so that's cool enough. So we're going to start the game to play the Kaiserreich Marine. Fighting a land war in Asia. Sorry. Welcome to Kaiser Reich. This is brought to you by the Kaiser Reich 4 team. There below. The Kaiser Reich team proudly presents Kaiser Reich Beta 0.10 version for Hearts Iron 4, and you can read the rest. Their team has been working very hard, and we hope you will enjoy playing Kaiser Reich as much as we did. I'm sure I will. I guess we'll first make our armies into an army, I guess, under Edwin F. Harding. He seems pretty good. I mean, he's out of supply. I mean, he's a little bit less defense, but he's pretty good. What other generals do we have, in fact? Smedley. So, I guess we'll get electronical engineering first for that research speed and future construction, production, and I don't know. P-36 Hawk? I don't know. We can go down Browning, Stokes, and Mortar. I think that might be the most helpful. Let's go down Louisiana. Give us some Louisiana. It still should be helpful enough to have it. 224 factories. That's pretty good, actually. I guess we can get some convoys right now. And we're gonna have to wait to go down the reintroduce the Gardner-Wagner bill. The United States in 1936. In 1936, the United States of America is gripped by unrelenting crisis. Although able to avoid the horrors of the Weltkrieg, which allowed prosperity to continue well into the 1920s, German victory in the Weltkrieg, followed by the French and British revolutions, led to the Wall Street crash in 1925. This sent the United States spiraling into the Great Depression and allowed the Berlin stock market to take its place at the forefront of the world economy. The election of Herbert Hoover in 1928, while initially promising, failed to entirely reverse the decline of the American economy. By 1936, the country had spent over a decade in the midst of the worst financial crisis it had ever seen. This fueled the rise of radical parties in America, from the far left Socialist Party of America to the far right America First Party. Hoover's continuous re-election by means of the House of Representatives in 1932 and the ongoing Great Depression means that these problems are unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. Many throughout the country fear that the upheaval that would result should one of the extreme parties come to power, or should the Great Depression continue unabated. God save America. Introduce the Gardner-Wagner bill. Gardner-Wagner bill reintroduced. With assurances made by President Hoover, unlike in 1932, that he will not veto the bill, Democratic Senator Robert Wagner and Speaker of the House John Nance Garner have reintroduced the unemployment relief legislation package. Many in Congress feel that the package does not go nearly far enough, while others wonder how America, in the midst of a massive economic crisis, will possibly ever pay for it. The presence of senators from the AFP to the SBA also complicate things immensely. Even with Hoover's pledge, it's unknown if the Gardner-Wagner has real chance of passing. We shall see. So we can train up our troops. Assassination of President Kerensky. Kerensky's been shot and killed. So Kerensky is the president of, well, former president of the Russian Republic. How barbaric. Voting rights in the Legislation Council. Perfect arrangement. Fruits of the open door. So right now they're led by Laver Kornilov. Let's see what... So here's lever. Anyway. Oh, we have more factories available. That's nice. Long-range demand changes. As expected, the early challenges the Gardner-Wagner bill come to the FPA, so basically they're demanding changes. They say America can never afford Jack Green and meanwhile say the bill doesn't go do enough to protect the average worker, particularly from exploitation. Starving corporations, both parties have attracted a lot of media attention. Okay, adding to general sense of disorder in Congress, and then AFP, way along with a vast increase in Social Security provisions the bill provides, provisions others senators say America could never afford. Interesting. So I guess we'll side with the AFP on this. So today we're going to be playing as the America First Party. Mussolini, Bala, and Beria, Totalist chapter, who must reject this madness. Edward VI, Edward the VIII, crowned as King of Great Britain. Edward VIII. I guess we'll pledge support. Senators break ranks after weeks of negotiation. A number of senators have broken ranks over coming voting about Robert Wagner, one of the bill's proposers, said he will not vote for a bill unless protections of federal employment were re-added. Many Democrat Republicans are violently influenced AFB and Spain claim that the bill, if any concessions are made to Edgar, those kind of according either. So I guess we'll force the establishment to compromise with the AFB. We've done what we can. Fifth Anglo-Afghani War, who cares about Afghanistan? I mean, a coalition would obviously face the democratic system. Monday, this is just not our year. Some good luck in France. And they're almost done training. There, they're done. Got decent party popularity, actually. Let's see what Shandong. Okay. So they're going down that route, which means they're going to declare a war. So I guess we'll send in the Sayu division to help out them, and we'll send in I guess the big red one to help out Anqing. All that for nothing. Bill fails. We're playing white, I guess. War plan wise and military action contend with domestic violence or insurgency. It's time to dust off the plan directly with the growing violence in America. Gain base stability plus 5%. Okay, there's Shandong goes. And we'll send them, I guess we'll send them. These guys. paramilitary missiles forming. This would be considered the SBA, AFP with the Minutemen and Red Guard. One of the innocents to the left was saying it right. In Queen, I hate what he says, but I defend his right to say it. 3 years ago today, Father Charles Coughlin began a weekly radio broadcast in America and his audience over 50 million people. He's a raving anti-Semite who claims that the syndicalist revolution in France was fomented by the Jew and the Berlin stock market crash and is an international conspiracy by Jewish bankers. And somehow people still tune to his hate speech will not be tolerated by a church, and the Pope is expected to make a decision with their task, the United States government to shut down its broadcast, so that this hateful message cannot continue. Cannot reach the public. I hate what he says, but I defend his right to say it.
Ready to move. Move out.
So Smetley, I think Smetley's a good choice, and I don't know. Henry H. Arnold. George Patton, and we'll send Douglas MacArthur.
Ready to move.
Maneuvers of the Carpathians, the world is changing. Death of bias. Soviet Russia. Second Russian Civil War. When will they learn? We must help the people.
Yes, sir. Let them have it. Forward. Move out.
I might just retreat these guys.
Move out.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Admiral Chaffee, George Marshall.
Attention.
Not be able to save that infantry division, sadly.
Command. Halt.
Pius selected as new pope. Pius the 12th. Increasing radicalization, greatly gaining political power. Focus on the SBA. I'm just gonna go down this and focus on the SBA mostly, so we can get ahead of the game.
Taking cover. Move out.
We shall win the cup. Hopefully it's us. Congratulations, Canadians, Toronto Maple Leafs win the 36th Stanley Cup. If I can break through right here.
Command.
Oh, there we go. The left Kuomintang took some states. They still don't have as many divisions as Anqing, sadly, but stay. We're gonna go with the Democratic Party. We're gonna go with Charles Lindbergh. Try to help our odds as much as we can for the coming Civil War. Oswald Mosley elected chairman of the DSE. That's surprising. Oswald. Militias. It'd be cool if we saw Benito elected. That would be interesting. So I guess I'll continue, on industry. I think max factories is gonna be important. Fuel silo, I think, might be good. The SPA, the police were at fault. So we don't want the SPA getting any political power or let us intervene. Cuba's gone down to military dictatorship. That's not bad. The Monroe Doctrine stands. Good political power. Progressives flock to the SPA. Oh, that's not the best. Let's try and take down the Socialist Party of America. Declared war on the left Kuomintang. Forgot the long division. Already missing. Southern Democrat voters align with AFP. So that's at least good. Construction 1. Get some excavation. Utah and Zion. Did Japan declare war on Transmare? That's surprising. That's very surprising. No surprises there, I guess. This isn't our year. Hoping the Shandong would declare war, but they didn't, so I guess we're just gonna let the left Kuomintang go the way of the dodo. New York City is of vital importance. This year get any worse. So I guess we'll go down. I don't know. War Department expansion. Breaking up my idea. I don't give it up. Russia's growing strong. Which isn't bad, of course. We'll be able to deal with Japan and Germany, hopefully. Transvaro's holding strong. Oh, not really. MacArthur speaks to Hoover. Let's hope it's not needed. Fuel storage. Synthetic oil refineries. Oh, they've surrounded the 100 workshops arsenal. They've gotten a large army now. We shall vote fairly. I'm going to say vote no. Because I don't want the litigation cities to just fall apart. They're already, well, they're not the best. Liberia, of course, will help. King Siam declared war on the Siamese Federation. I'm going to root for the kingdom here. But it looks like that the Siamese Federation has good chance. Siamese Civil War begins. Interesting. Failed by a narrow margin. King of Finland joined the Reichspakt. That's not great. Manuel Cardes assumes full control of Argentina. They'll have to suffice. I guess we'll demand the repayment of war debts. This will hurt us more than Unionists, the battle over the overpass. Poland elects a new king, Frederick. Violence reaches to create more violence. Who they elect? They elected the Saxon guy. Not the best. White Lithuania literacy campaign. Reichspakt is growing stronger. I'm gonna root for the Indo-Chinese Union here, though I don't feel great for their successes. These things do not win elections, they gain political power. And we're probably going to end it in just a minute. But Kublai Khan declared war on Uyghurs. The Great Heat Wave is over, at least now. I mean, the left Kuomintang, they're holding their own, actually. Must give them credit. let's hope representatives retiring. Let's hope they get good replacements. And we're probably going to end it on the election. So, well, we might just end it. We're probably going to end it on the election or so. Jabal Smar's capitulated on certain times. Niger with al-Assad. Payment of war debts. Passes reconciliation with Canada. Canada refuses, so be it. At least we gain some political power. East Turkestan declared war on the Xinjiang clique. Decent 6 focus 3 action. I guess we'll go down fuel refining right now. Radio, I guess. Royalist victory in Siam, which is not a year step back towards absolute monarchy. Kingdom of Siam. Well, they're not doing too great, so I mean, at least there's that. They're quite a large military, but they probably can't afford it. The Chinese Union's actually doing okay. They might win. I'm gonna send them Smetley butter. I am worried about if they take Saigon. Should they arrive? 22nd of October.
Commands?
At least they're holding their ground over there, it looks like. Solution Canada. Best Navy, I'm not completely sure about the new Chinese Union, so we'll take what we can get. I'm not gonna do anything right now. Excavation. Air, maybe a P-36 Hawk. They would run out of manpower a lot before, though. I get something like electronics and combat. We're gonna elect, so right now we might just end it at the 35-minute mark. We're gonna probably elect Huila. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe if you liked it, and thank you. Bye.